Hello again and welcome back to Down on the Farm, episode 9 with me, Mr. Silly P. Now, bit of a hiccup earlier on. For some reason, I did my recording, nearly half an hour of it, and didn't save, it didn't record, so bit of a jump ahead. The fields that I purchased in the last episode, I took to about 34 and 39. I think I said 34 and 35, I meant 34 and 39. I went up and fertilised using this. I said at the end of the last episode I was thinking of buying a slurry tanker and all those different things. I'll talk about that in a little while. But I used this instead, and I'll explain why. So it's fertilised. Then I went up and I have been seeding it. Sorry about that. Big jump forward. It wasn't. I was trying to do it off screen for some reason. Didn't record. It might have been that I had too much saved. It just wouldn't allow any more to be saved onto the system. Anyway, never mind. So, yes, I've got the semi, and I've got the larger of the corn, maize, and sugar beet seeders, sowers. Because it's quite a big field, and I thought it'd be easier with the bigger sower. The other bigger sower that does the normal crops, because it's more articulated in two places, it snakes a bit. I find it a lot harder seeding myself with that one. This one I don't mind because it's kind of a direct join to the tractor. It's far easier to actually control and reverse and move around. Anyway, so I'll probably set the work on this one, let him do a strip up over the top. I'm just trying to get myself my kind of rectangle ready to set a worker on, so I've been kind of working around all the edges and the odd bits and bobs, and let him clear it, yeah. Thought I'd go for one of those arty camera shots that you get. I just thought it looked really cool actually as it came over the brow of the hill. Trying to avoid being run over by your own seeder, that would be a great idea, wouldn't it? It's a nice seeder, that. Good working width, I think it's about 6 metres, might even be 9 on that one. Yeah, really good seeder. Might stick some sugar beet in that one as well. Haven't quite decided because I haven't got a sugar beet harvester yet. Might have to get a bit of cash for that. So, just do another bit of a turn and tidy up the little side bit here that I've missed. And I'll set the worker on this field to carry on. So I've got a couple of other bits to do. I'm going to take the fertiliser spreader back to the farm. And I might even get the harvester out today, I think, and start on one of the canola crops and gradually work my way around the canola crops. Because I haven't done any canola yet. So I'll do that. But I'll take control of this myself now. Just tidy up this little side bit. I've said it before on various different videos. That Sammy tractor is brilliant. 190 horsepower for a relatively small tractor. It does so many jobs that the bigger tractors would normally be considered able to do. Yeah, real good one. I bought it really for doing seeding. It's going to be one of my tractors that I use for seeding quite a lot, I think. Yeah, great tractor. I do like that. So what we'll do now, jump back into the fertiliser, leave that going, and I will take this back to the farm. So anyway, all the stuff I recorded that I thought I'd recorded, which didn't record, was explaining all what I've been doing. Had a bit of a thought, was going through weighing up the options and the costs of buying the slurry tanker with the cultivator attachment in the back, the Zunhammer one. I then even looked at getting the Terra Variant 600 with the slurry spreader attachment and the Zunhammer cultivator injector. I looked at all the different options and how expensive they were, and the Zunhammer only has a capacity of 18,000. Oh yeah, that's another thing I did. I did sell the Case Magnum and I did buy a New Holland. Got the track one because I wanted to swap like for like horsepower wise, and the Magnum was 435. So got rid of the Magnum, that's gone. Got rid of the small corn and sugar beet seeder and bought the big one. And got rid of the big grey trailer that the lorry pulls. The lorry's now gone over to the lumber wood cutting area, and I got rid of that yellow truck as well. So a bit of a change around, a few things I've sold, a few things I've bought. I like this. Do like the tracks. Actually, I should park it. I left it there from earlier because I kind of went through all what I'd changed and what I'd bought at the start of the episode, and then, as I say, it didn't record, so that became a bit of a nuisance. So that was kind of left out. But anyway, got my New Holland. I know I had the T6 already, but I wanted a bigger one. So anyway, yes. So going back to all of it, I only had an 18,000 litre tank. Had to be refilled quite a lot, which meant I'd either have to keep going backwards and forwards or buy one of the liquid tankers. The cost was it was getting ridiculous for all of those options, and I might well do a slurry tanker for fields closer to the dairy farm. This trailer, with the front bit on the front, gives you a capacity of something like 9,125 litres. That will do any of your big fields for a fraction of the cost. I know you have to pay for the fertiliser to put in it, but at the moment it still worked out a way cheaper option, so that's what I went with. Like I say, I'm trying to buy equipment that I can use closer to certain sets of fields. So the Pantera, I can do all the fields close around here, because it has to be refilled fairly often, which means I can come back to the farm, refill it, go out to the fields. This one can go a little bit further afield, pardon the pun, and do the fields a bit further out. And then I think the fields that are closer down to the dairy farm, I may well still get a slurry spreader. Then I can go backwards and forwards and fill up with slurry. Don't know yet. Right, go back up. It's doing okay. Going up and down the field. It's a big field, this one, because I combine the two together. Yeah, it's going to have a big crop in it. I'm putting the maize, corn, whichever you want to call it, into the field. Probably use it as a chaff crop, I think. Silage crop, I don't know. So I've got two fields already planted with corn and maize. I'm trying to think which ones they are. On the mini-map, they are, well, 22 and 19 that I separated and made into separate fields. Combined 19 and 22 and then did some jiggery pokery there. So what I might do is harvest those at some point, and then I'm going to plant something else in those and have this as my main field that I'll put corn and maize in. Because when I'm going to do a silage crop, I can always then whiz down to the biogas plant relatively easily from there, straight down that road, past the freight yard. We'll see. Okay, right, going to get the harvester out. So while that's going, I'm going to go and start on one of the canola fields. And I don't want to hook up to this, do I? I want to tow it first. Otherwise I'm not going to get through, am I? Oh dear. Wake up. And backing this up onto something is almost impossible. I imagine that's why a lot of these harvesters now, the big ones and the more kind of deluxe ones, have all the camera systems and stuff now in them, with a rear-facing camera and that kind of stuff. It must make it far easier, pointing at the hitch. Anyway, I will do this one. I believe it's field 20. Field 23, I think we are. Yes, field 23. Do field 23 first, then I'll move down into the next one down. Get a few of the canola crops done. So I'm then doing kind of a bit of a field rotation. I did the barley. Well, it turned out to be barley and canola. Oh, I have done some canola already, haven't I? Never mind, I'll do this one. Done some barley, done some canola. I'll clear this barley field, and I think at some point soon I'll probably do some wheat. I'm going to stick some sugar beet in the ground. I haven't though decided what I'm going to do with regard to how I'm going to harvest it, whether or not to go old school and get the header and trailer that goes on a tractor, or just dump a load of silage at the biomass plant, biogas every time, the biogas plant, and just buy one of the actual harvesters. I shall think on that. Sleep on it, I think. It's a big chunk of money to pay out. So, I'll go around the outside probably a couple of times. I might just carry on going around the spiral. Again, it's probably not the done thing, it's not the way it's done in real life. I'm going to do a bit of research. Actually, the last couple of days I have actually been going online and looking up, for any of you that do farm, are farmers, know how these things work. I've been looking up how balers bale, how they work, how harvesters, what they do, the combination of the intake, the thresher unit and the tank, and all of that, working out, looking at animations. I'm fascinated, learning all this stuff. It's all really good jumping in a harvester and going, yes, I'm harvesting, but how does it actually harvest? Speed this up a little bit. It's going to take a while. It's quite slow at harvest, I think, and it goes at 6. What I'll probably do when I get down the end of here is we stop it for today. I'll whiz back up to the other field just to see how the seeding's going. If the seeding's nearly done, I'll probably just finish off any odds and ends that's missed, and that'll probably be it for today. Slightly shorter. It's difficult again to know what length of clippage do people want. You know, you can fit loads and loads in and do a 25, 26 minute clip, but you don't want people getting bored and thinking, well, I'm sitting listening for ages. or you do kind of slightly shorter ones. I don't know. I think this one is going to work out about 20 minutes, I think, which isn't too bad. I think that's the optimum viewing time. You lose people's interest otherwise, unless you can keep it full of fascinating facts and interesting things that people didn't know, which I don't know if I've managed to do today. Anyway, right, stop there in that one, and I'll go up and check on the seeding. Okay, so looking at this, probably nearly done then. I think it's going to leave it with a small strip down the side. Or down the side of this one, not down the side of the field. So I'll jump on, take it off worker and go back up the last strip. Tidy up the last little bits. So that'll be this one fertilised, seeded, good to go. Started on the canola crop. Explained the few changes I've made, the things I've bought, the things I've sold. I got rid of the Farm Tech trailer as well because I wasn't using it. It's one of those ones, I think I upgraded it when I started the game off. I had the Brantner and found that was just too small for clearing crops and stuff, so I bought the Farm Tech because it was a bit bigger. Used that until I could afford a bigger trailer, and it just kind of sat there, and I didn't want to sell it. But it's just not going to be used, you know. I might as well get rid of it. I'll do this little strip. Try and keep the nose in the middle. Not really makes much difference, to be fair. I found the same as I did when I did the grass cutting in the previous episode. If you're going to do in-cab seeding, especially with this seeder behind, the larger one, the light on the right or the left that you can see in front of you, if you line that up just about with the last row, the edge of the last one you did, and you haven't got to worry about using the ridge markers, you can literally line that up on the edge, drive along, and you'll seed fine. The ridge markers work, don't get me wrong, they do their job, but the problem is I keep forgetting to either put them away or put them out in the first place, so I then put out the wrong one, end up putting a ridge line down the middle of the crop I've just put in, which I then have to go back over again, and so I just find it easier just to pick something on the vehicle, line that up and say to myself, okay, if I stick that there, I'm going to have no problems at all. Right, that's that strip done. I'll now go mop up any of the odds and ends. It's the same with a lot of these tractors. If you set a worker on them especially, when they turn around at the ends of fields, you always find they leave tiny little strips, little triangles at the end, some of them bigger than others. It depends on the turning circle of the vehicle, how much clearance it has at the back where the trailer's attached. So generally speaking, if I haven't seeded the field entirely myself anyway, I just will go over at the end and clear up those last little bits. Miss that little bit with the fertiliser. Never mind, just a tiny bit. I'm sure it'll be okay. And that's done. Fold up the seeder. Try not to crash crossing the road. That's always nice. So there we go. Good seeder. Gets the job done nice and quickly. So that's 34 and 39 done. Crop in. Good to go. That's going to start growing. That's it for today's episode. Thanks for watching.